I think Lawrence is about as close to a utopia as you can get, which doesn't mean that it is by any means perfect. But Lawrence is an incredibly nurturing and open environment that really lets people be individuals.
It's a very loving and supportive community just in the piano department. And in the conservatory in general, we're not our own separate little department. We constantly are able to work with singers and string players and even sometimes some wind players.
Lawrence is a unique place to study the piano. We have so many students here from different backgrounds, both musically and otherwise, and Lawrence offers a million paths to realizing your musical dreams.
There are both in-house performance opportunities galore and many outside. We have a big community music program, Music for All. We're trying to say music doesn't have to stay within the walls of a conventional concert hall or a university. It should be out there.
There's so much creativity here and so little constraint, I think. As a child, I was like really into, sci-fi and fantasy and reading and writing and all these things. So I wanted to go somewhere that I could still study those other things and music. So that was why Lawrence really stood out to me initially, and why I ended up here.
We have a great double degree program which allows students to explore music alongside another subject. And what Lawrence does particularly well is work with those students in ways that shows them the ways that different degrees and different lines of study can work together to create a worldview that will empower them to do well post-Lawrence. Being a successful musician, no matter your instrument, involves a sense of adventure and a sense of curiosity throughout your entire life. There's no ceiling to what you can do. And to recognize that through your whole life and to be open to all the new ideas that come your way, to have that sense of improvisation in your life, those are the keys for me to being a successful musician, and those are the strategies and goals that I try to impart on my students.
In today's world, I think it's really important that you do a lot of different things if you want to work, to be able to play in a lot of different disciplines, and I think that's one of the things that Lawrence University does very well. The classical department has a vital role to play in teaching, the ins and outs of playing classical music, and then the jazz department comes in and teaches you how to improvise. There's lots of classical players that are trying out some jazz stuff, and of course, a lot of the jazz people playing classical music in various forms.
I like how many different kinds of things I get to do with piano at Lawrence, because I take both classical and jazz lessons. I get to do contemporary rep. I'm accompanying someone on a classical saxophone concerto right now, which is really different from what I'm doing in my jazz combo, and also really different from playing Brahms in my lessons. So there's a lot of different kinds of opportunities to play jazz. So we have a jazz jam every week on Monday nights. You can get gigs around campus or off campus, and there's also always combo playing in people's recitals.
Specifically about my own studio, I'm really only looking for one thing, and that is passion. I only grade on one thing, which is passion. I tell everybody that when they first come in. In fact, almost all of my classes are that way as well. If people learn at their own rate, and I think putting all these artificial benchmarks on things is somewhat irrelevant, but you definitely won't learn anything if you don't bring a sense of passion and love and wonder for what you're trying to learn.
Of course, we always look for students that have a certain level of ability and skill, but we're really looking for potential beyond that, and that little extra spark of inspiration counts for a lot, and that goes beyond just playing all the right notes.
Also, like Lawrence is an undergrad-only institution. In my opinion, it's an advantage because you get a lot of opportunities that normally undergrad students won't be able to get. Like, for example, I am currently a rehearsal pianist for Lawrence Main Stage Opera in winter term. And normally, like, people don't get these kind of opportunities until grad school, and I'm really grateful that I can get this opportunity as a sophomore.
As faculty members, we are also advisors for our students, and that means caring for each person as a human being. So not just studying the piano, but also your life beyond studying as a student here at Lawrence.